This is Jose Trujillo, the world's greatest living artist. I'm here in my studio, and I wanted to do a little video here. I got my little whiteboard here, my little papers. I wanted to do a video today because people keep asking me about time, the whole idea of time, managing time, and that type of deal. Jose, I want to do all these things. What's up? What's up, everybody? What's up? Jose, I want to do all these things, but I don't know how to get it done. And people keep asking me that in different ways, right? What's happening, Jay? Good to see you here, brother. What's up, Perry? How's it going, Perry? We have Sense Space. What's happening, brother? Saludos, artista. And Jose Arte 33. Okay, so people keep asking me about this this question. Jose, you seem to be getting everything done because you have, I don't know, a studio with people helping you and whatnot. Hey, love you too, brother. Thank you. So people keep saying these things. You know, I think they think that I'm spending like I don't know, hundreds of thousands of dollars on marketing and whatnot. I'm not spending a lot on marketing. I'm not spending as much as I probably should. I don't have that many people helping me. I don't. Early on in my career, I figured something out. As a matter of fact, what pays me, how I get paid as an artist, is like, it's push, guys. That's how I get paid. I can't stress this enough. I think people think that if you market a lot and whatnot, it does, but it's a slow burn. My marketing is for branding, guys. I'm thinking long term. Okay, I keep thinking long term, and this is what I'm going to talk to you about right now. My marketing is about long-term branding. A lot of the stuff that I do, when you guys see me do videos like this or YouTube videos or TikTok, I've been on TikTok now. When you guys see me do this kind of stuff, it is a horrible waste of my time. It is a horrible way and waste if you're thinking pragmatic, if you're thinking linear. Even my wife looks at me and she's like, "What are you doing? Like, you're doing another TikTok video?" All right, she trusts me, but she can't correlate it. I don't think many people can correlate it, but she trusts me, right? So she lets me do these things, do videos like this, write articles, things like that. Okay, again, I'm gonna start talking about how I get all of this stuff done, and why. And most importantly, why I get all this stuff done. How I get paid is very transactional. Obviously you do a lot of work. Yeah, how I get paid is very transactional. Very, very transactional. I get paid in very few ways. The ways that I get paid is man, this dog barking. Is me pushing. Okay? So what do I mean by this? It's auctions. Okay, auctions on eBay. This is how I get paid. I don't know if you guys could read that because maybe it's flipped. I don't know. It's auctions. It's commissions. Okay, it's deals that I do with other resellers. Okay, it's deals. It's online and offline sales. This is usually platforms such as Etsy and places like that. Okay, galleries, things like that. This is the main way that I get paid. Other than that, I'm selling a commission here and there in different platforms. But the way that I'm doing it is by push, like my personal energy. It's like me going in there and start talking to people. Hey, do you like this painting? What do you think of this painting? Blah, 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 blah. And it's a little sales process. So when I talk about getting on places like Facebook, you should be getting on Facebook. You should be getting on Twitter. You should be getting on TikTok and all those places. When I talk about all these places, this is mainly for branding, guys. This is not necessarily for sales. And I think that's where people kind of... So why branding? Why would you want to do it? Because if I'm here in all these social media places enough, within a year, I don't have to say anything. I don't have to say, oh, buy my painting, or here's my link. This is called transactional marketing. When you put a link and you say, hey, only today, only today, only today, it's going to go for 60% off and whatnot. That's transactional marketing. Not bad, not bad, but you get very few sales that way. The way that I've done it is just show up. Just keep showing up. Don't put links. Don't try to tell people to go buy it right now. I do that very little, very subtle, because I still get stuck somewhat in the transactional marketing. Where you want to move to is the brand. Why? Because everything that I do today here on Instagram, on Facebook groups, Facebook fan page, and all of that, the results are going to happen after like a year. Okay? The results are not going to happen after like a year. And the results are, people are going to start asking me questions because they're going to start trusting me. What I'm trying to do, is build a case. Okay? I'm trying to build a case. So I go on Facebook, on my fan page. Okay? On my artist fan page. And then I go to Facebook groups. I signed up to like, I don't know, 300 Facebook groups. I go on Facebook groups, and then I go on Twitter, right? And I go on all social media platforms. I'm on TikTok now. And on YouTube. I do a YouTube video. I'm doing all of these things because as I keep doing this thing, okay, people are going to start asking me questions. They're going to be like, hey, Jose, I saw you on Facebook. What do you think of such and such? What do you think of this? People usually start with questions. They usually come to me with questions. And then what ends up happening is that I build a case that I am the person that they should come and ask. And if they want to buy a painting, I am the person they should buy the painting from. And if they want some coaching, I am the person they should get coaching from. And on and on and on. And not everybody's going to buy, of course not. It's a very small percentage. It's a very small percentage of people who buy from you. But it's an even smaller percentage. It's almost like nothing. People who buy from you because you are telling them, hey, I have a painting here. Go buy it. Transactional marketing is almost... It's almost the worst thing we can do. Like if I'm doing this thing right now and then I start pitching at you and I tell you, hey, blah, 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 go buy this thing. It's going to turn off most people. It's got to be done in a very subtle way. And really don't start pitching until you've talked enough, so many times to enough people. It's got to be over and over and over and over again. And I think this is where people get lost. Now, again, the reason I'm doing this video is because I get asked these questions. I get asked these questions every single day from artists who are like, Jose, I've been trying to do what you're doing, but I don't have any results. And I'm like, the results are not for today. If you want to get paid for your artwork, go back to the studio and paint something and then put it on Facebook and tell people to buy it from you. But if you're going to be on YouTube, on social media and all of that, and you're going to spend all this energy, that's not for today. That's not for today. You're better off, I don't know, going and going to a marketplace, right? These places are not marketplaces. Instagram, Facebook, all of that, those are not marketplaces. That's free traffic. And it's not really free because you put your energy, but that's traffic. That's really what you're doing. You're utilizing this organic traffic. I shouldn't say free, I should say organic. You're utilizing this organic traffic to build a case that you are the expert in that field. Whatever you do, whether you paint still lifes or you are, I don't know, a gallerist, it doesn't matter what you do. You're building a case that you are the expert. And you're not building a case with the world. You're building a case with small pockets of people. It's very small pockets. You know, it doesn't matter what it is. Maybe you have now, again, right? I remember hearing this from Tony Robbins. He says people overestimate what they can do in a year and underestimate what they can do in 10. So what most people don't get about this kind of stuff that I talk to, remember, I coach artists. And so I talk a lot about this kind of stuff. What most people don't get is they're like, oh my God, it's going to be a lot before I get someone to actually raise their hand and whatnot. That's not true. Before I get someone who's interested, is what I'm trying to say. That's not true. If you're on Facebook, okay? If you're on Facebook and you drop a painting in there or a post, it doesn't have to be a painting, it can be any type of post. If you drop a post on Facebook, on your Facebook page, let's say that only 100 people see it. Only 100 people, okay? And I'm stretching it. Most people have a lot of views nowadays. But let's say that only 100 people see it. And then you do that, okay? You do that on, what's today? What's today, Marcel? Monday, Tuesday?
Today's Thursday.
Thursday, thank you.
Wow.
Hey, if you're busy enough, you won't know what day it is. Today's Thursday. Thank you, Marcel. So let's say today, Thursday, you drop something on Facebook, okay? And then you go to Twitter and you drop something else and you get another 100 views. And then you go to LinkedIn, you get another 100 views. Okay, this is for branding. This is not necessarily for selling. If you want to, again, if you want to sell something right now, you need to go put it in a marketplace, and you need to do that as often as possible in a marketplace. Okay, that's how you get sales. This is not how I started getting sales, by the way. I'm telling you, this is how you start getting branding. This is how you start getting those fans that go and evangelize for you. That's how you get them. This is how you get people to, like, they share your stuff, they're sharing your stuff, they're talking about you, and then they're creating this wildfire. Okay, this is almost oil for the machine, lubrication for the sail. This is oil for the machine. Once you have enough of this, forget about it. The sale is like super easy. You're not pushing and having such a hard time lowering your price points. And this is so that you're not having such a hard time in years to come as an artist. I did not learn this until later, and yeah, it's one of the. It's not one of. This is what everyone who's in business should be doing, by the way. So let's say you post something on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Okay, you post something on YouTube. You write an article on Medium. Okay, and on and on. Let's say you're on Facebook, but you're also on Facebook groups. And not all artists. Maybe you're in Facebook groups of people who like, I don't know, something that you like or whatever, and you just want to be there because not selling. You want to be there because you're building a case. You want to cook this thing. This is a long-term game. Okay, when I mean long-term, I'm talking about if you need a sale right now and you are like, oh, I'm gonna go post this. You might get lucky and sell something, but this is not how you sell. That has not been my experience. The way that I've sold, and I've sold a lot of artwork, is I went and I directly to the marketplace. Where can I go? Craigslist, back in the day. Craigslist, eBay, right? I go and I paint something and I put it there, and I paint as much as I can and put it there as often as I can. That's how I sold it. I didn't have to go to Facebook, to Twitter, none of that. Where I started moving to these directions on social media, I started doing that because the amount of traffic over time made the sales so much easier. And yes, I carried a lot of traffic, organic traffic, from here to my eBay shop, to my Etsy, to my website where people are looking at my commissions and all that stuff. A lot of traffic. But this takes time. I can't say this enough because I think people think that if I just go and I start putting there, I'm going to start selling right away. You might get lucky, but this is not what this is for. This is a long-term game. And so you're putting on Facebook groups and you're doing all this stuff. What else is there? TikTok and whatnot. And let's say that you get 100 views on each one. And let's say that you are in 10 Facebook groups. Okay, so you don't get 100 views, you get 1,000 views on this ones. On TikTok, let's say you get 100 views. And so most people, what they do is they're like, oh yeah, if you post once, okay, this is if you post once, one time on a Thursday. Okay, so let's say you get 100 people 1, 2, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 1,000, 1,600 people. Let's just say, okay? I'm not even talking about a podcast. I'm not talking about all these other things. This is what people don't understand when I talk about this shit right here. People get sidetracked and they're starting to think, well, where's the money coming from? This is where the money's coming from. It's just going to take time. That's all. 1,600 views, right? 1,600 views. Let's just say that this is it. 1,600 views. That's if you post one. Oh, I forgot Instagram. 1,700 views. I forgot Instagram. 1,700 views. Okay? This is the thing, guys. Now, most people are like, oh, what am I going to do with 1,700 views? Oh, my God, I don't know. Okay, well, I don't know. Let's say that you do that. What else am I forgetting? Dude, that dog is driving me bananas. No? So we have Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Medium. You wrote an article there. You have Facebook groups, TikTok, Instagram. You put something on Pinterest, 1,800 views. What else? I don't know. Whatever, right? Whatever. I'm missing some good stuff. Man, you know what, Marcel? If you can do that for me, just check and then close that gate. Because that little bastard's going to keep on barking. Man, that dog. Anyways. Okay, so let's say that you get, I don't know, 1,800 views. Okay? And most people would be like, oh, what am I going to do with 1,800 views in one day? This is a Thursday. But what if instead of posting once, you actually post 3 times? 3 times on Facebook. Yeah. You post 3 times on Facebook. You post 3 times on Twitter. You post 3 times on LinkedIn. And on and on and on and on. And now you're multiplying this by 3. Okay? Now you're multiplying this by 3. And what if you get? What if you start putting some ads in there? I don't know. You run an ad. This whole thing starts adding up, guys. This thing starts adding up. Even if you have no followers, I keep talking about this. Okay, let's say that let's take, man, this whole thing. I mean, just run a very simple number on that. Let's just say that you didn't get anything, just for the sake of a simple math. Let's say that you only get 1,000, right? But you do this 3 times, you get 3,000. You do this 10 times, what if you get 10,000 views in one day, okay? On a Thursday, in one day, 10,000 views. 10,000 views, guys. Think about that for a second. I know some of you look at stuff out there and you're like, oh man, when an artist posts their painting on Instagram, I see that they have like 20,000 views or 5,000 views or whatever. You too can have that. The beauty of this game is that it's not about your talent. The beauty of this game is hustle. And this is what a lot of people don't get. I keep trying to stress this to people. Now, that's if you post, you know, let's say you get shit views, right? Nothing. You get 1,000 all combined, but you do that 3 times, you get 3,000. You do that 10 times a day on each one, you get 10,000. Let's just take let's just take Instagram. Okay, this is if you post. If you post, guys, this shit is about work. Okay, let's say you post on Instagram, you get 100 views. This was the. Was there someone here, Marcel?
No, they were looking for next door.
Oh my God. Thank you. Instagram, you post once a day, you get 100 views. Okay? This is still Thursday. This is if you post once a day. But just take Instagram. Let's not even go for the other stuff. Okay? Again, this is not for the person who's trying to sell right now. If you're trying to sell right now, this is not it alone. Okay? You're gonna have to go to a marketplace, and you're going to have to go to Instagram and just hit Instagram with everything you got. I've talked about that in other videos, but almost nobody wants to listen to that one. So let's just say you get 100 views if you post once. Hey, how's it going? You post once on Instagram, okay? That's just if you post. Now let's say that you DM, I don't know, you DM 100 people in one day. Okay, let's call it DM. This is how many things you can do, how many levers you can pull on Instagram. Okay, this is just Instagram. Think about all of them: YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. This is just Instagram. You DM 100 people. Okay, that's another 100 people. Let's say that you go and you like and comment another 100 people. Okay, I'm going low here, guys. I'm not going like, oh, you go hard on that. No, I'm going very low. Let's say you like and comment on a hashtag, hashtag oil painting, hashtag landscape painting, hashtag abstract art, hashtag oil paints, hashtag art supply store, whatever. Hashtag interior designer, decorator, hashtag interior designer in California, hashtag interior designer in Austin. You get the point? This shit is about work. What most people are missing is that they don't understand the amount of work you can do and you need to do if you want to get branded. So Instagram, you post something, you post your picture right here, your little painting, you get 100 views. Let's say you again, right? I'm going again. You don't have any followers. Let's say you have, I don't know, 500 followers on Instagram. You DM 100 people. You like and comment another 100 people. You start posting stuff on your stories. Okay, you start posting stuff on your stories. Let me tell you why. Let's say you only have 500 people following you on Instagram. You go and you tell, okay, a day, you go and you tell 10 or 20 people at least. Tell them, people that have the same amount of followers that are also posting on their stories or less than you. Or less than you. Okay, it can't be more. The same amount of followers, either 500. I would even just go for accounts who have 200, 100 or 200, so that it's an easy yes. And what do I tell them? Hey, if I post one of my paintings, one of your paintings on mine, would you post on my stories? Would you post one of my paintings in your stories? Okay, I'll start first. I'll go first. That way you don't think that I'm messing around. And then you take one of their paintings, you post it in your stories. Most people are gonna say no. But 2 or 3 people are gonna say yes. If 2 or 3 people out of 20 say yes, you got yourself another 100 views. Okay? You got yourself another 100 views on your work, on your brand. Now some people would be like, oh my God, but why? Why not? Why not? There's no, you can't get unless you give. Right? You got to give. This is what I'm doing. I'm giving. At some point, a little bit comes from giving so much, but it starts coming from different places. Okay, so now you posted something on your stories. Again, we're just talking about Instagram. You DM 100 people, you like and comment to 100 people. You're getting all these views, 100 views. You share stories with other artists. Share. Let me put that right here. Share. You share stories with other artists, another 100 views. Okay? You share stories with another 100 artists. Let's say that you pay an ad. Boom. Any little ad you pay, you easily get at least 1,000 views. Any little ad, okay? Any little ad you pay, you get at least 1,000 views. It doesn't matter. It might be a $5 ad, a $10 ad. On Instagram, you easily get 1,000 views. I'm not saying 1,000 likes. I'm saying 1,000 views. We're talking about views right now. And so you're doing all of this, and let's just say that you do this once. This is just on Instagram. You're doing this once, okay? 100, 200, 300, 400. Let's say you spent $5 on that. $5 on an ad, you get 1,000 views. Easily you get 1,000 views on Instagram that way. So now we have 1,400 views, guys. This is only if you do it once. I've done that on YouTube and no one helps. Sad. Yeah, don't do it on YouTube. Do it on Instagram. Do it on places where people are actually doing that. On Instagram, this is something that I've experienced. I've done it with many artists on Instagram because it adds to my view list. Every day I'm thinking about 2 things. I'm thinking about transacting. Okay, where's the next commission going to come from? Where am I going to sell the next painting? So I'm thinking about that. That's part of my day. That usually takes about 80% of my day. 20 or 30 sometimes of my day is marketing for the long game. For the long game. Why the long game? Because something that I did a year ago, someone just raised their hand and said, Jose Trujillo, I've been following you for 2 years. Oh my God, you're amazing. I want a commission from you. Bingo, boom, 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 boom. There's the sale, but the sale took 2 years to manifest. Why? Because I was building a case little by little to that person. Guess how many other commissions or how many other paintings or how many other people that are going to visit my eBay or my Saatchi art or whatever, my websites. Guess how many people are still wondering right now, should I go buy? Should I not go buy? I haven't still made that case, or maybe I have, it's the wrong time. It doesn't matter. It's all cooking. It's all cooking. It's just taking time. The whole thing is cooking. Marcy says, you have mentioned when starting to stick to Instagram, focus on one platform of your choice initially, which I think you just mentioned again. You just, you want to be sure I'm understanding. Just want to be sure I'm understanding. Yeah, when you're starting, excuse me. Oh my God, nobody wants to cough right now. When you're starting out and you're trying to transact. Okay, so when I say focus on one platform, I'm talking about transacting. I'm talking about trying to get money. This is going beyond trying to get money. This is we're gonna call this future money. This is future money. This is not today's money. So if you're trying to get some money from your artwork, you're better off going to marketplaces where people are taking their credit card out. Hey, good morning. How's it going, Blue Creations artist? So if you're trying to get money, you need to go where people have their wallet out. This is not where people have their wallet out. Okay, you need to go where people have their wallet out. Amazon, Etsy, eBay. Go, and my suggestion is don't go to all of them. Go to one and spend all your energy in one until you start transacting. You start getting money out because you're going to exchange energy for money. In the beginning, that is a given. You're going to exchange energy. So put all your eggs in that basket until you start transacting. Once you start transacting and you're like, oh my God, what else can I do? You run out of time. You run out of time because you put all your energy there and now you're transacting. And so now what happens is you start moving into other directions that happen to do with branding or happen to do with, I'm going to go and open an Etsy. I was on Amazon or I was on eBay or I was on Saatchi art or whatever. Now I can't do more, but I'm already making money, but I can't do more there. What am I going to do? You know what? I'm going to take some of my paintings and I'm going to put them on Etsy or I'm going to put them somewhere else. That's when I start moving sideways. Okay, a lot of people don't get this. They start moving sideways from the beginning, and then all they're doing is prolonging the time they're going to start transacting. They're prolonging it. They're making it. They're pushing it farther ahead when they start transacting. What can I do for Amazon, for example? I personally have not done Amazon. Okay, so I've seen other artists. I have a couple of friends who are on Amazon, and they went on that Amazon Handmade, I think it's called, or something like that. Or craft, where it's kind of like Etsy, and I've seen people on Amazon sell prints, so that's something. He's talking about building your attention. Yeah, if you don't have the people's attention, you don't have the sale. The only reason why I say go to one when you're starting out, I'm talking about two different things, guys. This is about branding, okay? Going deep into one platform is transacting. That's trying to get paid. You're trying to get some moolah. That's different. This is future moolah. This is not today's moolah. And so this is why people don't get me. They're like, oh, I'm going to do what Jose is doing. I'm going to be everywhere. I'm going to be in all these other places. And when you get into all these other places, what ends up happening is you're postponing getting paid. You keep postponing it. You keep postponing it. And because this is a long-term game. This is not a short-term game. You go and you put stuff on Facebook, you put stuff on Amazon. People, on Amazon, on Twitter, Facebook groups, Facebook fan pages. People are not going to be like, oh my God, I want to buy it. You might get lucky once or twice, but people are not thinking about that there because that is not a transactional place. Okay, what's going to happen is over a year of you posting, you're building your case. That people are like, you know what, this guy's actually a good artist. You know, maybe I was thinking, I'm buying this new house. I have these walls. Who do I think of? Boom, bingo. Who do I think of? The person that I'm always seeing. That's who I think of. I think about the person who I'm always seeing, the person that is more that I can relate to. I'm always seeing Jose Trujillo. Jose Trujillo, oh my God, Jose, I've been following you for a year. I've been following you for 3 years on YouTube or whatever. Man, I want a painting. I'm preparing for a painting, and you are the guy. I know you're the guy. Why do they think I'm the guy? Because they keep seeing my videos, because they keep seeing me pop up. That's why they think I'm the guy. It's about eyeballs. Of course, absolutely. When you think about visibility, you notice 1,000 views on social media is oftentimes 900 more people that saw the work than the last gallery show. Branding is a long-term move. It sure is. It's a long-term move. If 1,000 views. 1,000 views is different than 1,000 impressions, right? It's different than 1,000 likes. It's very different. So what we're doing here is we're adding up. We're adding up through movement. We're adding up. Unless you have a big budget, if you have a big budget, don't listen to me, right? Go get those $100,000 and put them on Facebook ads, and boom. Even that I don't think works alone. But this is something that organic traffic is something that people keep missing, because they think that if they go do organic traffic, they're going to get paid right away, and that's not how you get paid. I've talked about different strategies about how to get it, how to get paid. If you're selling to interior designers, if you're selling small works online, if you're selling large works, if you're selling on places like eBay, if you're selling on Instagram, I have a workshop. If you want to sell on Instagram, I can show you how. I've done it. I do it all the time. But that is not how you transact when you're doing this kind of stuff. And so it can be easily missed, because I think this is why it gets easily missed. Because most of us, when we start and we want to sell, there's a sort of desperation, because income is so damn necessary when you're starting a business or you're starting your career, that people don't understand that this is not how you get income right away. Okay, and so it gets missed. It's like, oh, if I'm on Twitter, I'm going to get in. Well, yeah, but it'll probably take you a couple of years before someone starts raising their hand and saying, or it'll probably take you, I don't know, 6 months before someone starts asking you a question if you're aggressive on TikTok or aggressive on Twitter or something like that. Unless you already have a system that people can just click and go, and that might be a little faster, but still, I would wait to transact, because those places are not for transacting. What you want to do is build that audience and make it strong, so that when you have a new message to talk to someone, you have an audience available to listen. They're ready to listen, and some of those are going to buy. It's the same thing. So it's the same thing with anything else, with an email list, with Facebook. It doesn't matter. I'm just showing right here on Instagram. So let's say it's Thursday. You're gonna post once, you get 100 views because of one post. You DM 100 people. You like and comment to 100 other people on Instagram. You put stories. You share stories, like I mentioned. You run an ad. Let's say at the end of the day, you get 1,400 views just on Instagram, guys. Just on Instagram. This is with you having almost nothing. You don't even have to have followers, by the way. You don't even have to have followers. It takes energy. That's all it does. It just takes energy. Even people with followers that don't put energy don't get much happening. They might get views, but they don't get much happening. And so this is just to get the views. Now assuming you do this once only. Okay, this is assuming that you don't only do it once. Let's say you do a video on IGTV, another 100 views. Okay, a video on IGTV. This is not a post only, but this is a video that it's going to stay there, and it starts getting views. So another 100 views on your video on IGTV. The many different things. I forgot what else you can do on Instagram right now, but the many different things you can do on Instagram, that turns it into 1,500 views. And let's say that you only do that once. If you do this 3 times a day, okay? 3 times a day. If you post 3 times, if you DM people 3 times a day, if you like and comment, let's say that you don't spend $5, you spend $15. Forget about it. This already turns into $3,000 right there. Let's say that you don't. You keep it at 1,000. Let's not complicate this thing, okay? You keep it at 1,000 views with only $5 if you spend $5 on ads on Instagram. Now, I mean, this thing just starts multiplying right away, guys. And this is just Instagram. In no time, it starts multiplying without having any views. As your Instagram starts growing and you start getting followers, it just starts snowballing. The whole thing just starts snowballing. Now, when I post 3 posts, I don't get 300 views or 300 because I'm basing it on 100 here. I'm getting 3,000 views. Why? Because it's snowballing. There's so many more followers and whatnot. You know, if I run a $5, I don't run $5 ads anymore, but if I run a $15, $20 ad or a $100 ad, forget about it. It snowballs. It snowballs. It starts snowballing for you. There is a compounding effect over platforms over months and years. Yeah, a video you put on YouTube. I have videos on YouTube where I was like, I'm just going to start painting something. I put that 2 years later, that I look at the YouTube has 15,000 views, you know, and some of them just have 1,000 views. It doesn't matter. I just keep posting and I keep posting because I'm building a case. All I'm doing is getting stuff and throwing it on a wall and see what sticks. And if some stuff sticks, I try to repeat that again and try to get it to stick. That's all. But this whole thing, guys, let's see here. This whole thing, if you do it 2-3 times a day, just on Instagram, without any followers, based on what I just said here, you easily get about 4,000 views, guys, a day on Instagram. Easily, without any followers or anything like that. I'm talking about views. Out of those 4,000 views, it might be, I don't know, it might be 500 likes or whatever. It doesn't matter. The views are more important. Okay? Don't get sidetracked with the likes. Oh my God, I don't get enough likes. It doesn't matter. It's the views. Why are the views so important? Well, look at your famous restaurant in town. Your famous, well, not right now because of COVID. Your famous doctor. What do they call those? I forgot what they're called. Those famous doctors in cities. The famous attorney. The famous. What do they call these guys? The agents, the ones that sell the homes and all that. The people that are selling the cars. Look at those famous people. They have billboards everywhere. Have you noticed that? They have billboards everywhere. They do this stuff too, but they also have billboards everywhere. Well, the smart ones are doing this. The ones that are more old school, they're still just doing the billboards and the pamphlets and whatnot. But look at them. Are they getting likes? Ask yourself that question. Because this whole bullshit about likes, people get stuck on that. When I first heard Gary Vee talked about it, I didn't understand it. I was like, what the hell is he talking about? What does he mean, don't get stuck on the likes? And then it just sat to me. I didn't hear him talk about this. It sat in my head. Once I started like driving around and you know, some days went by and I started paying attention to the billboards. And I'm like, who's giving them likes? This is what matters. Are people noticing that they're alive, that they exist? Because if people notice them, that's what matters. Over time, it starts compounding. It starts slapping you. It's like, hey, I'm the attorney that's gonna get you out of trouble. Boom. I'm the realtor who's gonna sell you who's gonna get you your first home. Boom. It keeps slapping you. It keeps hitting you in different ways. I like the hand. Is the raised hand like what's up? Is it a slap? I don't know. What does it mean to run an ad? Yeah, running an ad is just you're paying for an ad. You're paying for an ad, some sort of ad on Facebook or Instagram, or let's just say you did it only on Instagram. This example is only for Instagram. Okay. You got about 4,000 views on Instagram. Now let's not say that you got 4,000 views. Let's say, I don't know, you got 1,000 views. Okay? After all of that, you got 1,000 views. Just 1,000. Okay, let's just say that you didn't do your homework and you were tired, you were busy, whatever. You only got 1,000 views. So that's just on Instagram. Now think about the other 10 places where you can do this. You get 10,000 views a day, my friends. 10,000 views a day. This is what people don't understand. Now, a day doesn't mean much. A day doesn't mean much. You're like, well, what is that going to mean? Yeah, but now you start multiplying times 365. You know? And now you really start getting some numbers. Now you really start getting some numbers. You see what I mean? You really start getting some numbers with this thing. Now it's really pushing. Now this is just 1 year. Okay? Let's say that you do this for 5, 10, 20 years. You're doing this. This is how brands are made. This is why someone who's been 10 years online has commissions and opportunities coming to them over and over and over. This is not transactional. When people call me today and they say, Jose, I think that you're the person for my commission. Jose, I want you to do the artwork for this hotel or for this clinic. You are the one who's going to do the artwork for that clinic because, I've been watching you. I think you're the person, Jose. Or Jose, I want you to coach me because I've been seeing what you're doing over years. People have been seeing what you're doing. Those aren't transactional moves. That's a branding sale. That sale comes from branding. If that makes any sense. So there it is, my friends. I hope that this was helpful in any way. Don't get sidetracked by the whole BS of, oh my God, these people have views. I don't have views. Oh, I wish I had all the followers, such and such artist has. Bullshit. What you want to wish is you want to wish for inspiration to get up and go do it. Because everyone is in a different place. I know I've coached artists who have a lot of followers who don't do any of the work. They just happen to get lucky from, I don't know, whatever lucky, right? They created really beautiful work. And when they post it on Instagram, people go and like it and people get excited. But that's just one little avenue. I don't know if they're not thinking big or why not. Some of them really are not. But they get stuck on that. They get stuck in that place and they think that that's the only thing they can or should be doing. When in reality, if you're doing something like dropping a little YouTube video a day, a little 10-minute, 2-minute YouTube video a day, you're investing in your career. That's really what you're doing. You're investing in your career. It's not transactional. Okay, you dropping the little video, it's not going to be like, oh my God, where's the sale coming from? No, wait. You're investing in it. You're watering and putting sunshine on a plant, on a little seed. And imagine if you have thousands of those. This is why I used to joke around and I said, become a sower. If you're an artist, you should become a sower. You should focus on two things. Become transactional because without the money, without the income, it's very hard to keep going, right? You need the income. And so I have different strategies to create the income. I've talked about the eBay strategy that I've used and that I continue to use. I talk about selling to interior designers. That's a different strategy. I talked about commissions, how I sell commissions. That's a different strategy. I talked about going horizontal. That's a different strategy. It takes longer. That's not branding though. Going horizontal is a sales strategy, but it's a long-term sales strategy. It's not immediate. It's not immediate. I have different types of strategy. I have strategies that are immediate. The most immediate one is the eBay one, and that's why people get excited. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm making money! It's so exciting! It's so immediate!" But it requires so much work, and the payoff it's in proportion to how much you are going to really punch in there, and in the long run, it's not a business move in the long run. This is a cash flow strategy. The eBay one, it's a cash flow strategy. What you want to do is you want to have different ones. This is what I've done. Have different strategies. I have strategies where people are paying me $400 for a commission, a 16 by 20 inches commission, 16 by 20, oil on canvas. I have that strategy. Why? Because I'm getting 2 or 3 of those a day. That's a strategy, right? Imagine. That's a strategy. That's getting over $1,200 a day in commissions. That's a strategy. That's a strategy. The eBay one is a strategy too. The selling to interior designers, the way that I sell artwork to them, that's a strategy as well. It's very immediate because I need the income coming in. I need the income. But I'm also focusing on the long-term ones. Because why? Because I want to be able to sell a $5,000 piece. And to sell a $5,000 piece, people have to believe that I am the person. This is not transactional. People have to believe in me, that I am the person to sell them a $5,000 commission or $7,000 commission, whatever it is. And so I have the immediate strategies and the long-term strategies. And then in the middle, I have not immediate, but not so long-term either. So those are like, hey, I'm going to go open an Etsy shop. Why? Because I sell something every now and then. It's a little faster. It's not immediate, but it's a little faster than the long-term, than the branding one. I'm going to put something on Cherish. It's a little faster. I sell something every now and then. It adds to my day. It starts adding. It starts adding to my month, right? It adds to my bottom line. And so, anyways, I'll leave you guys with that. My name is Jose Trujillo. I'm an artist. I hope that this was helpful. I'm going to see if I can post this on YouTube or something. Why not, right? Talk about giving to people. Jose, you can talk about eBay a little more, concentrate, a little bit more concrete. Yeah, I'll do another one. I'm gonna leave it for another time because this wasn't about eBay. I'll do it for another time. I do have eBay workshops for those of you who are very interested in that. I have an eBay workshop. I dive a little bit deeper in there. eBay is like eBay is something that you could talk about for days. eBay is so much, there's so much. And so what I did in this workshop that eBay workshop is I broke it down into the simplest forms. And now some people are monetizing already. I'm going to interview Vivek. I don't know if Vivek's still here in this live, but Vivek is already monetizing. I know Marina's monetizing on eBay. And so I'm going to start interviewing them so that they can tell you, so that it doesn't just come from my mouth. They can tell you what they've learned from what I've taught. And so I'll leave it at that. All right, guys. Peace out. Talk to you later.